online. You need to be in the middle.
Papa. It works. It works. Somebody.
Yeah.
I'm Veronica.
Are we on air? Yeah. Okay. Hi. Hello, everyone. There's the trailer. So, hello everyone, welcome back for the afternoon session. We finally start with our first panel of the day, and it's really dear to my heart because it's a project that we have been developed in this last year. It's an animation short lab. I've called it Année, Zéro because it's the first year, and because our first alumna here, Veronica, has a French producer, so right, it makes sense. And it's a project. As people know, people that follow us, Torino Short Film Market commitment to development and help people people and project to thrive and to go ahead inside the market, inside the industry. How to navigate it better, how to find opportunities, how to distribute, produce, meet festivals, etc. Inside this frame, we have started in the last year a series of new projects, dedicated especially to development, and we finally introduced animation inside it. And of course, naturally, our first speaker, the person to talk to, as we in Torino, it was the Centro Sperimentale di Cinematografia, which is the national film school in Italy, and Turin, which has the animation department here in Turin, which I think it's running for 30 years now. It's like 20. But a lot of great animators, renowned all over the world that came out of it. It's great for training. It's a great place to be. And I have to thank Chiara because she's here today presenting with me this project, but also because she believed in the project since the very start, and she helped me create it. And she found Veronica, which is, as I said, our first alumna, Veronica Martiradonna. She graduated the last year with the short film Underwater Love. And then she went out there after graduation. She didn't know what to do. She was trying here and there. And now, so together in the last year, we focused on looking for her path and to create, or to do the road she should have taken. It was very interesting. Was a very interesting, journey for me, but I hope for you as well. And then we have Ron Dyens from Sacrebleu production, a very renowned, doesn't need presentation. Sacrebleu doesn't need presentation. It's a great production company. And Ron and Veronica, I don't know where their path crossed, at which point, but they will let us know. They will tell us later. But Ron is producing the new project of Veronica, which will pitch it here later. So I leave the word to Chiara to just say a few words about our labs.
Thanks. Torino Short Film Market, first of all, because of inviting and because of thinking of the school for this project, of course. The school is a 3-year course, and I must say that the main purpose of the 3 years is to train people who has enough skills to go and work in a studio. Animation has got this strange discrasia, a strange status, which is in a way the most industrial of all the kind of films. And on the other side, it's maybe the most personal you can achieve. So our school, 3 year, is, I think, maybe still is the only one in Italy who devote such a long time specifically for the animation training. So the first aim is that, and I must say that we succeed enough in that. All our students, usually they found a good job, and usually they are quite happy about what they are doing. But on the other side, for us and for Centro Sperimentale, Experimental Film Center, is to keep alive also the other soul, and to make the two meet, which is, I think, the winning thing. So when we have students who shows a specific interest and motivation to a personal career, maybe as filmmakers, as authors, as producers of their work, we encourage them, of course, but the school is just 3 years. In the third year, they make a short film, and usually the rule is that starting from individual pitching of ideas, we choose 5, 7 projects, and then they join in small teams, and they, in a way, they share the direction of the film. But sometimes we have students who've got very personal project, like in the case of Martina Scarpelli, maybe someone knows, and she made the film on her own. In the case of Veronica, she had a very nice, very personal, especially on the graphic side, very personal project. But in this case, it was in a way, I can't say maybe easy, but it was natural to work with other 2 students. And it's quite difficult, I think, but they managed to join their styles. And the other 2 students, I think they managed to stick to the Veronica idea. Yes. So anyway, this means we are very happy and very motivated in having a further step after the diploma film. And I think Torino is a good opportunity because it gives the chance to pitch also the project. So maybe you can talk more about how does it work.
Yeah. So it's very important for us that the idea process is not just doesn't want to be a project to transform people in author, but it's rather it's a project to take people that already has a project in their drawer and they recent graduated, and so we help them to get out there from, to step from be a recent graduated to be a professional filmmaker. So that's first, that was the aim, and that Veronica, as you will see in a minute. How do we keep going? Starting from the film schools all over the world, actually. So if any of us want to reach out and proposing their school to come and be part of the project, we are here, welcome. We will be selecting cap three project per year. We will write a call that we will send to other film schools to receive project. We want to have a mood board, a letter of support from the school, and portfolio and a treatment of the project. And during April, we will in spring we will assess the selection, and then from spring till October, the selected project will have like some one-to-one meetings with tailored one-to-one meetings with selected mentors. And actually, that brings me to a big thank you. So the only mentor, well, I was Veronica's mentor, so she was stuck with me, and that wasn't fun for her. But we did manage to have one nice meeting, I think, with Flora Anna Buda. That's a big thank you to Flora to have supported us on this. And so yeah, so every project, the particularity of this workshop is that every project would be assigned to one or few mentors to develop a proper production dossier and or screenplay if you need it, if the author wants to work more on the writing, or do some graphic research, and also kind of given some ideas of what is a budget and how it works a proper professional budget and how works a proper financial plan. Also, which are the opportunity out in Europe to go ahead in their career. And I'll leave the word to Ron and Veronica. So that's it. It's your turn now.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ron Dyens. I'm the producer of the first professional project of Veronica. I really enjoyed the student movie. That's why I called her and we exchanged about her style, about what she has deeply on her, what she wants to express. And she spoke about her new project. We will speak about it a bit later. And really enjoyed this meeting. And that's why we are here today. It's the beginning, but so I'm going to present you my company. So here it's a video that will be launched from here. So, thank you. Grazie mille. Sacrebleu was created 20 years ago, and since that date we produced more than 80 short films that were selected among more than 2,500 festivals. We had the chance to earn a lot of prizes, very famous one as Palme d'Or, twice the César in France, also the Golden Lion in Venezia, the Silver Bear in Berlinale, and 2 Crystals at Annecy for short films. So that's cool. And we always are searching for new talent, because for me short film is very important, because there is a free space, a space of freedom in short film that stays and that doesn't exist or less exist in feature film. That's why I will always produce short films, and I'm always interested by searching new talent. So the question is how we work at Sacrebleu. Yeah, so the idea is to try to meet people everywhere. When I receive a script, or when I do some master classes, or when I'm jurying for diploma, this script doctoring, different. I always try to have antenna to such new project. I'm very focused on student films during the Annecy program, for instance. That's how I discovered the work of Veronica. Also, what is important is that for me, the script is a basis, because I discovered with a feature film that probably you saw, named Phase 10. On Phase 10, it's a feature film that when you go on theater to watch this movie, it's very difficult to watch it because the quality of the image is very bad. And I wanted to go out from the theater at that moment, but I stayed a bit, and the story was so great that at the moment you forget the style, the graphic style or the style of the movie. And so at that moment, I really discovered that the most important for me, for a movie, is the script. And that's why I work a lot with director to try to find the best way, the best story, because this is my job. I consider here is my place as a producer is to be in between the director and the audience. Often in animation, a director has a lot of responsibilities because often the director is also the script writer, because often on short films he writes the story. He's also the editor because he's doing the animatic, and he's also the DOP because he's doing the graphic style. So it's a lot of functions of responsibility for a director, and often the director has his nose on the project. And my job as a producer is to see if this project is still understandable for the audience. So I'm in between. This is the place I consider I have to be, not to change the story because the director has to stay free, but not to do a diary book. It's something that has to be shared after, so it needs to be understandable. And also the fourth point is that after 20 years, I know quite well very important festivals like Sundance, Cannes, Venezia, Berlinale. So I know quite good how to send the films and who to contact. So I guess it's very important to have the distribution inside your production company. So this is the email address of my company, and this is how we are organized at Sacrebleu. So there is one producer, it's me, and I have one administration and financial person who takes care of very important things, and I have one production manager, one production assistant, and someone who is doing the distribution. So the rhythm of production is between 3 till 5 shorts a year. Mainly we do animation. We don't do only animation, but we are more known for our stuff in animation. And we are in development of 3 feature films. So I really enjoy to do co-production. Probably it's connected with my origins because I have different origins from Europe. Maybe it's that, maybe it's to try to search for the best project all around the world. And since the creation of Sacrebleu, we produced a lot of foreign directors, or we co-produce with a lot of foreign companies. For instance, here you can see we produced with USA. It's a movie which is nominated for the Oscar 2022. We produced with Greece, Australia, Hungary, with South Korea, with Dae Young, 2 films. So Man on the Chair was selected at Cannes at Directors for Night, and it receives the Crystal at Annecy. And we produced also a Polish guy. We work on 2 films. One was selected at Cannes Critics Week. We co-produced with Belgium twice, with Canada, with Germany, with Russia, Czech Republic, Israel. Now it's Israel. It's a brand new film that will be launched in 2022. With Japan, this movie was selected and won the Silver Bear in Berlinale. With Turkey, Palme d'Or, Chienne d'Histoire, Georgia, Netherlands. It's probably you know Paul Driessen. It's a new film of Paul Driessen, very famous director that worked on Yellow Submarine. Iran also, and with Italia a lot. So with Simone Massi twice, with Mara Cherry and Magda Guidi. Also I produce, I don't know if you know Chiara Malta. She's the wife of Sebastian Lodenbach. And I put 3 dots because now I'm going to produce this girl, which is just here. So I'm going to let her speak.
Okay. Thank you, Ron.
It works.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, so now, this is me. And the first thing that I want to do is say thanks to Carla for believe in my project when I'm feeling super lost, and also to Chiara Magri that believe in me without too many words, but it's a thing that I appreciate a lot. And of course, thanks to you, because you believe in my super silly project, and you helped me grow, and so thank you. And I want to apologize for my bad accent and for my attitude now, because I'm very nervous and it's my first time on a stage, but I will do it. I can do it. This is me, in a way. I think that it's my business card. This is the trailer of my graduation film that I done with other two classmates, Andrea and Cristina, and this is the trailer. This is the name of my new project, Super Silly Nursery Rhyme, and it's about a baby girl that after asking to people if they want to play with her, and she doesn't receive any answer, she goes into a tent and she starts a journey where she will meet a sacred woman, her mother, her father, and her boyfriend that are all absent or perverted in a way. And in this inner journey, she will understand her original drama that caused her suffering. And she will respond to the question, why I don't know how to be loved, and what can I do with this pain of not knowing how to be loved. And in the end, she understands that she needs to take away the bunny custom. I'm gonna show you some characters of the story. This is the baby girl before entering in the tent. This is the main character, the bunny girl, is the young woman with a bunny costume. And this is the flower man. And there are other characters, but it's more like props or scenography in a way. Now I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the story in a superficial way, because there are a lot of things and little stuff into it. We have a problem. This is the girl in a white place, and she asks, why don't you want to play with me? And she cries. She goes inside the tent, where happen strange things that are behind our sight. And when she comes out, she's a young woman in a bunny costume. She falls into a world full of huge boobs. And then she falls again. And she met the sacred woman that has that butterfly in her stomach. And she experienced a sort of sadomasochistic love. She asked to the sacred woman, please, can you fuck me? And the sacred woman continually refused her, and she transformed herself. She's not more cute or kind anymore. She opened her stomach, and she's full of butterflies inside that surround the sacred woman. Then, passing through a belly button, she met her mother that morphed herself in a tree. The tree dry, and she will give her her heart. Then, following these clouds, she meets her dad that continuously disappear into fog, she asked to him, do you protect me? Will you protect me forever? And he continuously disappears. Then she will meet herself and as a child, and they will be surrounded by her memories of childhood. And then she falls into an egg, and she experiences pleasure and pain. And she asks, why every time I feel pleasure, I also feel pain? There must be something wrong inside my brain, because it's very connected. And she will morph into a spider because she suffered too much. And then she chokes, and the egg explodes, and she falls out into a garden or playground, and she met this flower man, the playground lover. They will make love and fun and play, but then he will become huge and cruel and treat her bad. And at the end, she understands, she gets angry with him because he doesn't want to look at her for real. And she understands that the only way to be really seen and forgive her and really be loved is be transparent and see the bramble in her throat, the big heart in her chest, and the butterfly in her stomach. And in the end, after blow up butterfly and little heart to his lover, she understands that to be really seen and loved, she needs to get off the bunny costume. So finally, naked, she runs away from the paper, from the screen. And this film will end with this sentence: the pain of not knowing how to be loved. It never leaves me, and I don't know what to do with it. And the little heart fall down, and the flower will burn from the heart. And I don't know what to do with it, but I think that make a film about it, it's a good start. And so, finish. This is my film.
So when I saw Underwater Love, I really enjoyed the movie because this movie is a film with a lot of audace, and this is what I searched because I want to live an experience when I go to cinema. I want to transform myself because you go inside a dark place like a tent, in fact, and you will see some things created by someone you don't know. It will be a journey, and I like to be transformed after and to feel not only uncomfortable but to feel different, to discover new things. That's why I really enjoy Underwater Love, because for me it's Underwater Love and this one like in some ways the first movies of Larry Clark. It's about the passage between the past between being a child and becoming an adult, and what you have to live and what you don't know what you will receive, and all your area, the person that are around you are transforming. They are not the same. The figure of the parents at the beginning are protective faces, persons, but at the moment you need to exist, and sometimes this moment is totally in a moment of confusion, and you don't know. But to survive, you need sometimes to live very different and deep things and feelings. So this is why I like to work. I wanted to be involved on the project because this moment is very short, and it's a story with yourself first. And my job as a producer is to try to help people to do what they have deep inside them. When I believe on a project and I trust someone. So that's why I was, because on this case, it's really strong, strong feelings, and this is what I like. So I'm going to show you 2 ways to produce this UFO, because it's quite a UFO. The first, it's we estimate the cost. We had to estimate the cost of the movie in a low way, because it will be, I guess, it will be difficult to bring people on board, because this film shows things that are sometimes forbidden to be shown, which is sometimes a bit stupid, but this is how it works mainly on TV. So this is the first possibility to finance this movie. This is more, this proposal is more to bring Veronica in France, because she's free now, she can move, she likes to move, and I think it can be a good experience for her to be in confrontation with other animators and directors, to exchange. I think her experience at the school in Torino was very interesting also, because it's a personal feeling, but it's interesting to exchange. So this is a way that kind of obliged her, but I think she wants that to oblige her to work mainly in France. So Cyclic is a fund based in Région Centre, in the center of France, and this is a very interesting fund, because it allows us an amount of 50,000 euros, but it will oblige Veronica to work during 6 months in France. And this is what she's searching also, because, for instance, she asked to go to Viborg in Denmark during a period of 6 months, also to confront herself out from Italia. So this can be very interesting for her. So we applied for that. We applied also at the Mairie de Paris, so in Paris Center. Tomorrow we will have a speech, because we reached the first stage, and the project is nominated to receive the grant of 20,000 euros. So we will know tomorrow, after tomorrow, if we receive this fund. Of course, because it's Mairie de Paris, it's the same problem as for Cyclic. Veronica will have to work in Paris, so I think she's very happy. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay. We applied also at the Slate Media, because at Media now, when you apply for a slate, you can put a short film. So we have between 5 and 7 short films now that we are searching for money, and we wanted to put Super Silly project on this fund, because, as I told you, it will be difficult to find money because it's very original. So I think that it's an opportunity to get 10,000 euros. There is ProCirep, which is a French fund, which is quite automatic, because it's connected with the success of the past movies of the producer. So we decide on which films we will put this money, and we decide to put it on the Veronica's film, and also I can afford 15,000 euros for my company on the project. This is one way to finance. I'm going to show you another way, which is totally different. Not totally, but quite different. Up. I'm going to try. Yes, here. So for the same amount, it's a way, because in France you have different ways to finance a movie. It's another way if we work with a director that doesn't want to move from its country. So this is quite an advantage in France. That's why I co-produce a lot with foreign directors. It's because sometimes they can work in their country, and sometimes they can decide also to come to France and to work in France. So here, with a CNC, with a script fund, or what we call EDO program, we can reach up till 50,000 euros, which is good. Also, we can expect to have like Arte, because Arte is a TV broadcaster that is quite free in their mind, so they can be interested in this type of project, we expect. There is still the Slate Media, because I guess we will receive it, the ProCirep, Sacrebleu, and also the idea is sometimes interesting to have a co-producer on board because um, I created my company 20 years ago. At the beginning, I thought that it was very important to own 100% of a movie, but slowly, the main goal was to finance a movie, not to possess everything, because having 60, 70, to 80% of a movie, it's not changing something really, because you don't reach money after the film is finished. The most important is that the film has to be done in the best way. So it's important also to find a co-producer that respects the brain, the wish, the desire of the director. That's why it's also a possibility to work, for instance, with an Italian producer if Veronica decide to work mainly in Italia, for instance. So these are two different ways to finance a movie up till 100,000 euros in France.
Thank
I
you, Ron.
think that's all.
That's it. Yeah,
Let's check.
I'm just leaving.
Yes, that's one.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Yeah. So if someone want to play with Veronica and Ron, just please, go ahead. They'll run to France now to pitch again, as they said. But I'm just, just want to be on time because we have 10 minutes for questions now, or to keep talking among ourselves. I want to thank you, Ron, because actually the thing that you said about co-production, the short film environment, and your 4 points about production are just just so at the point. It was so beautiful to hear, and it's so good for everyone. So thank you very much for that. And I want to see if there's any question in the room, or if there's any question online, because I see there's also people online that can be, I think they're refreshing the page. There's no question online yet. There's a question in the room. Yes. We're getting there. Yeah.
To get finished with the project, with this film.
Can you repeat it?
When are you estimated to get finished with the project, to be ready with this film?
I hope that in 2 years will be finished. I hope also soon, but yes, in 2 years maybe.
Yeah, we estimate that we can reach the amount in about 1 year. This is how it works. And after it will be how Veronica works, because it will be quite a single film. She will work mostly alone on this project. So it depends of different ways. That's why also, that's why the budget is not so expensive. 100,000 euros, it's a huge amount, of course, but in some other productions, when there is a lot of animators, it can be more expensive. So
I hope to start the video board and the pre-production in March, I hope, and finish the animatic in September. So then just animate all the day. A year of animating.
There's any other question? Yeah, Silvia.
Thank you. Congratulations, Veronica. Very nice project. Quick question. Which is your distribution strategy for the short? Thank you.
What we try to do, the best way for us, is that the film has to reach the premiere at Cannes and at the same moment at Annecy, because Annecy is just after Cannes. So, and Cannes wants the first screening. So we made that for some films. Sometimes Annecy didn't feel the potential in some films that were selected at Cannes, because you receive the answer of Annecy before the answer of Cannes, but Annecy is after Cannes. So sometimes I receive a negative answer of Annecy, but a positive answer from Cannes. Like, for instance, Sunday Lunch by Céline Deveau or Agnès Patron. movies, and then The Bear. Both were in official competition, but didn't reach a selection at Annecy. And they received both the César, so which means the best animated film, short film in France this year, but they were not selected at Annecy. So sometimes you are not selected at Annecy, but you are selected at Cannes, and sometimes you are both selected in both festivals, which was the case of Dae Young, who was at the Directors for Night at Cannes and also at Annecy. But sometimes, for instance, for this movie, I think that regarding the end of the production and the post-production, I think that maybe it will be interesting also maybe to try Berlinale, because Berlinale Film Festival is a bit more experimental. But also we can think about Italia, because there is a Venezia Film Festival, and I know that they are aware of Italian short films or with Italian directors, which is quite normal. So in this case, we will exchange with Veronica, and of course, I will tell her what I think regarding my knowledge, and I will hear what she wants. And I think she will want to have a premiere in a very big festival.
And I have a question from the audience for Veronica, I suppose. What kind of team do you think would be optimal to have for this kind of project? Veronica and Ron.
I think that I'd like to do all the production stuff alone, and of course it will be wonderful to have some help from some experimental animator, because it's very free way of animating. It's all straight ahead and everything, but I'm not sure if it's the best choice for the project. For sure, it will be wonderful to have someone, some painter, to help me in the color moment, because it's all printed on paper and then color with oil pastel. And I think that it will be a super long, super long period, and be helped by someone will be a great thing. But I think that we will see what happens. I'm ready also for do alone.
So talking to people that are watching, if you're painters, then reach out to Veronica.
Yes.
If you're animators and painters, reach out as well.
Yes, if someone want to play with me.
Right, so there is no more question from the audience here. If there is, just let me know. There's no more question on the internet. And yeah, no, there is. Sorry, there is. Sorry, it was on top. Where did the idea of the project come from? Now we have only 5 minutes to answer this question, so just be short. Why it is important for you to tell this story?
The original idea came from a super long nursery rhyme that I wrote 3 years ago. This is the original idea. But during the development of this idea, and when I tried to translate the nursery rhyme into a script, or in a way more film, I understand a lot of things about it, and I discover a lot of things that I try to hide from myself. So it's important because I understand, and I'm trying to understand a lot, and the most important thing for me is to be honest with myself, and understand what can I do with the pain of not knowing how to be loved is the main thing of the film in this moment.
It's very personal, we can say.
Yes,
Yes.
but I think that a lot of people have the same problem.
Oh yeah.
I hope
Absolutely.
not be alone.
Don't tell them.
Okay.
We have another question for you. So do you have any other projects in your pocket, maybe in VR, experimenting with new technologies? So let it go your pastel
Yes, I have this concept inside my mind that I try to develop at the moment because I always need to do something, and it's a VR experience about temple for erotic experience in VR. So
great.
yes, so if somebody is interested, I'm here.
Okay, so great animation project, say someone else. Congrats. What kind of sound design / music do you plan for the film?
I think that we will continue our collaboration with Amos, that is the sound designer and the composer that I know from the school. And we work together very well. We feel very connected without speak too much, and it's great. So we continue to work in this way, and yes, a lot of music inside the video, also in Underwater Love, so the same way of working.
The music is very present.
Very present, and the music will push a lot the visual and a lot of different mood of the music that continuously change like a little in Underwater Love, but maybe better in order to open, do something better always.
That's so cool. And so our time's up, and so we don't have any more minutes. I have to thank you all, and just for, if you all have a quick closing note.
No, I just wanted to thank all of you, Enrico, and what you do all for the promotion of the work of Veronica, because I think she's a very interesting person, and her film has to exist. So, thank you.
Well, thank you, Chiara, which
Thank you.
make her study, and thank you to Veronica, like, really.
Thanks. Thanks, Veronica, first of all, of course.
We all thanks.
We're thankful, yeah.
Thanks to
And thank for you for following us. Thank for the people to following up. Sorry. If you had to come to Viborg, someone from Viborg writing probably, how would you the financing of the short movie warp around that?
Warp, what does it mean?
Come si warp? This is a question for Ron probably, actually. If Veronica is coming to Viborg, how the financing of the short film warp around that?
So Veronica will apply for Viborg. I don't know precisely the conditions when she will be there, if she's selected, but if she stays during 6 months, and if we are not obliged to spend money in France, but we can spend money outside, so in Viborg, if she's at Viborg, we can pay for her in distance way. So it's not a problem. We have to think about that. By now, we don't have any obligations. This project can. I know that Veronica wants to do it as fast as possible. It's the wish of all the directors, of course. But we have to take care also to be responsible also in our side, so that she can do it not for free. So of course, Viborg is important for her, and if we already have some money, we can put on the project, and she can begin to do the animatic, which is the idea. Of course, we will pay her in distance. So it will depend on our obligations, because we have to respect also the regional funds we can receive.
Well, let's hope that Veronica goes to Viborg.
Let's hope, seriously.
Yeah.
I want to go in Denmark.
All right, so that's us. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for listening. And now, just following what thing that Ron that said, that every producer need to know how to distribute, we will leave with you at the panel of do-it-yourself short film distribution. Thank you very much.
Thank you.